How to use Excel's powerful sum functions. In this tutorial, you will learn how to use 3 of the most useful and versatile sum functions: SumIf, SumIfs, and SumProduct. These functions can help you sum values based on various criteria such as text, numbers, dates, logical values, and more. By the end of this tutorial, you will be able to use Excel's sum functions like a pro. Here are the 3 functions and their syntax. The SumIf function adds the values in a range of cells where the corresponding cells meet certain criteria. The SumIfs function adds the values in a range of cells where the corresponding cells meet multiple criteria. The SumProduct function multiplies 2 or more ranges of cells and returns the sum of the products. Let's dive in and see how SumIf works in practice. The syntax for the SumIf function is: range is the range of cells that you want to evaluate. Criteria is the condition that you want to apply to the range. SumRange is the range of cells that you want to sum. We have a table that shows the sales performance of customers. The table has the following column headers: month, ID, customer name, brand's name, and sales amount. To calculate the total sales for each customer, we enter the formula equals SumIf in cell C4, where the range is the column that contains the customer names, criteria are the name of the customer we want to sum, and the sum range is the column that contains the sales amounts. Alternatively, we can use the formula builder on the ribbon bar to insert the SumIf function and fill in the arguments. Go to cell C4 and right-click your mouse. Select Copy from the menu that appears. Go to cell C5 and right-click your mouse. Select Paste Special from the menu that appears. Choose Formula from the options and click OK. Alternatively, you can use the formula builder on the ribbon bar to insert the SumIf function. To do that, you need to do the following steps. Go to the ribbon bar and click on the Formula tab. Click on the Insert Function button on the left side of the tab. In the pop-up window that appears, type SumIf in the search box and click Go. The SumIf function will appear in the list below. Click on it and then click OK. In the next window that appears, fill in the arguments for the SumIf function and click OK. When you drag a formula down in Excel, the formula range moves down as well. This can sometimes cause problems, such as getting 0 or not applicable as a result. To solve this problem, you can freeze the range by using a $sign in front of and behind the cell reference. This will tell Excel to keep the cell reference fixed, even when you drag the formula down. You can also press F. In this example, I will show you how to use the SumIf function in Excel with a criteria that is greater than or equal to, less than or equal to a certain value. The SumIf function allows you to sum the values in a range that meet a certain condition. For example, if you have a table of sales amounts in column M and you want to find the total sales that are greater than or equal to 100, you can use the SumIf function like this, where range is the column that contains the sales amounts, criteria is the condition that the sales amounts must meet, and SumRange is the same as range or another column that contains the values to sum. In this case, the range is M4 to M15. The criteria is greater than or equal 100, and the SumRange is M4 to M15. You can enter this formula in any cell, and it will give you the total sales that are greater than or equal to 100. You can also use other operators in the criteria, such as less than, or equal to, or not equal to. For example, if you want to find the total sales that are less than 100, you can use the criteria With the criteria less than 120, this will add up all the sales amounts that are below 120. This formula would sum the values in the range M4 to M15 that are less than or equal to $120. If there are any values in the range that are greater than 120, they will not be included in the sum. In this example, if you have a table of sales amounts in column M and you want to find the total sales that are not equal to 100, you can use the sum if function with the criteria not equal to 100. This will add up all the sales amounts that are not 100. To wrap up part 1 of this tutorial, I want to let you know that I will be back with more advanced functions in the next videos. In part 2, I will show you how to use SumIfs to sum values based on multiple criteria. In part 3, I will teach you how to use SumProduct to perform complex calculations with arrays. Stay tuned and don't miss them.